Hey, Cowboys Nation. Today, we're diving deep into the heart of everything that's been going on with our Dallas Cowboys. And I want to unpack some of the conversations that have been shaking the sports world lately. There's no sugarcoating it. Our team and our fan base have been the target of countless national narratives, and some of these narratives are more destructive than they are informative. I've been paying close attention to how certain journalists cover the Cowboys, and it's become clear that far too many of them aren't here to report facts. They're here to create drama, to stir negativity, and to drain the joy from the fans who just want to celebrate this team. It's frustrating, it's exhausting, and it's something every fan needs to understand so we can start separating the voices that actually matter from those that are trying to manipulate perception. You've probably seen it yourself. Positive moments happen, and instead of being celebrated, they're twisted, misrepresented, or completely ignored. Whether it's a smart move in the front office, a breakout performance on the field, or even a simple gesture of sportsmanship, some of these so-called reporters react like it's a personal attack against them. They feed on frustration and despair, and it's clear their goal is not to provide insight, but to provoke outrage. It's why platforms that should be a source of news have become stages for negativity. Fans get excited, players make progress, and instead of recognition, you get hot takes designed to make everyone feel angry or upset. That's not journalism. That's performance art designed to manipulate emotions. Let's break this down further. The way some members of the Cowboys media cover events is telling. They rarely break news that hasn't already been discussed elsewhere. Instead, they regurgitate information with their own spin, adding dramatic interpretation rather than factual analysis. Meanwhile, independent voices who focus purely on providing insights and clear reporting are often sidelined, dismissed, or discredited. This isn't about ignoring criticism. That's part of sports, but about the distortion of reality for the sake of a narrative. You'll see it when trades happen, when contracts are signed, or when the team finally shows improvement. The way these reporters react is consistent. Negativity, misrepresentation, and constant suspicion. You start to realize that their interest isn't in sports, in the team, or in the fans. It's in the drama they can manufacture. The problem becomes even more obvious when you consider the fan experience. Cowboys fans are subjected to a constant stream of misery on national platforms. Watch any of these outlets after a win, a trade, or a positive press conference, and you'll notice a pattern. Excitement is met with skepticism, optimism is met with cynicism, and joy is met with attempts to minimize or undermine it. This is not how sports coverage should work. Fans are looking for insight, clarity, and authentic discussion, not a running commentary on why they should feel frustrated. And yet, that's exactly what many professional reporters provide. It's why independent platforms that focus on giving fans real, unfiltered, and entertaining coverage have gained traction. They're filling a void that traditional media has ignored for far too long. This issue isn't new. For years, the Cowboys have been scrutinized on national platforms in ways that aren't applied evenly across the league. Wins are dissected for flaws, signings are questioned, and any moment of positivity is painted as an anomaly. Some journalists have built their careers on amplifying criticism while ignoring the broader context, and fans are left navigating through a maze of half-truths and emotionally charged opinion disguised as reporting. It becomes exhausting to watch, and it can even affect how casual fans engage with the sport. Instead of feeling part of a community that celebrates achievements, fans are often left feeling defensive, anxious, or disillusioned. That's a problem for the sport itself, because the energy and engagement of a fan base are what make these games more than just a competition. They make them a cultural experience. Now, some of you might wonder why I'm emphasizing this. It's because the Cowboys, more than most teams, deserve a community that celebrates their achievements while understanding the realities of professional football. There's always disappointment in sports. It's inevitable. But fans also deserve to experience the highs without constant negativity overshadowing it. And the way some reporters approach coverage directly works against that. They don't report the facts. They highlight failure, magnify mistakes, and turn every positive development into a source of skepticism. Whether it's on social media, in articles, or on television, The pattern is the same. Excitement is punished, criticism is encouraged, and the fan base becomes a captive audience for negativity. That's why understanding who is shaping the narrative matters so much. Let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Sports are supposed to be a unifier, a source of joy, and a celebration of teamwork and strategy. They're not meant to be arenas for personal vendettas or political point scoring disguised as reporting. When the people covering the Cowboys are motivated more by personal gain or sensationalism than by giving the fans accurate information, it hurts the entire community. And this isn't about ignoring mistakes or avoiding accountability. It's about context, fairness, and intention. Fans deserve reporting that informs, explains, and enhances the experience of being part of America's team, not coverage that sows division or exploits emotional reactions for clicks or attention. If you look closely, you'll see the distinction. Independent creators and analysts focus on providing clarity, insight, and real-time discussion that helps fans understand what's happening on and off the field. They highlight positive plays and smart organizational moves while still being honest about areas for improvement. They aren't trying to manufacture outrage or sensationalize negativity. They're focused on giving the community content that respects the intelligence and passion of Cowboys fans. That's a stark contrast to those who have been the mainstream media for years, whose work increasingly reads like an ongoing critique designed to provoke anger, rather than to inform or educate. At the core of this discussion is one simple truth. Fans have a choice. The platforms you engage with, the voices you amplify, and the perspectives you choose to follow all influence the narrative surrounding our team. Supporting content that informs and entertains responsibly strengthens the community and creates an environment where excitement, analysis, and discussion can thrive. Engaging with platforms that thrive on negativity only perpetuates a cycle of frustration and distrust. And for a team like the Cowboys, who carry the weight of being America's team, the stakes feel even higher. Every positive moment deserves to be celebrated. Every smart move deserves recognition, and the fan base deserves an outlet where their passion is understood rather than manipulated. Now, Cowboys Nation, let's get into how this environment affects not just fans, but players and the culture around the team itself. It's easy to overlook, but negativity spreads like wildfire. When certain journalists or experts continually push fear, frustration, and divisive narratives, it doesn't just impact your perception of the game. It impacts how players feel in the locker room and how the fan base interacts with each other. You can see it when a player makes a smart decision, executes a great play, or even steps up as a leader in tough situations. Instead of that moment being celebrated, it gets scrutinized, overanalyzed, and in many cases misrepresented. And that's not sports journalism. That's drama masquerading as reporting. The energy they bring to coverage isn't about informing, it's about controlling perception, and it's something we have to be aware of as a community. We've seen it time and time again. Positive developments in the organization are met with skepticism. Announcements from the front office are dissected with a magnifying glass of negativity, and individual player performances are overanalyzed to the point where you wonder if the goal is to provide insight or just to generate outrage. This approach does nothing for the fan base. It doesn't make fans smarter, more informed, or more connected to the team. Instead, it erodes trust, it discourages excitement, and it creates an atmosphere where fans are constantly bracing themselves for disappointment. That is the reality of what happens when the people covering your team are more invested in creating a narrative than reporting facts. And here's the thing, fans aren't powerless in this equation. The platforms we support, the content we engage with, and the voices we choose to amplify have an incredible impact on the conversation around the Cowboys. By prioritizing independent voices who focus on reporting facts, providing analysis, and celebrating positive moments, we can push back against the culture of negativity. It's not about ignoring criticism or turning a blind eye to areas where the team struggles. It's about context, fairness, and focus. When you engage with content that prioritizes insight over outrage, it strengthens the Cowboys community and shifts the narrative back toward what truly matters: the team, the game, and the fans. Players, coaches, and executives notice these dynamics too. The energy around the team affects morale, perception, and even decision-making. When every decision is dissected and criticized for drama, it creates unnecessary pressure and distraction. On the other hand, when the focus is on genuine improvement, smart strategy, and the actual performance on the field, it fosters an environment where players can thrive. Cowboys Nation deserves reporting that enhances that environment, not reporting that exploits it for clicks or notoriety. It's why independent analysts and creators who bring clarity and insight are becoming more influential. They offer a platform that supports the team and the fan base rather than undermining it. We also have to talk about accountability. Real journalism holds power accountable, shines a light on mistakes, and explains complex situations with clarity. What some of the mainstream coverage has devolved into is a cycle of exaggeration and drama, often cherry-picking events to fit a negative narrative. It's not about uncovering truth, it's about controlling emotion. Fans are left reacting to manufactured outrage instead of celebrating actual achievements. And when the majority of the conversation around the Cowboys is filtered through that lens, it becomes harder to separate fact from opinion and excitement from manipulation. The contrast between platforms that aim to inform and platforms that aim to provoke couldn't be more stark. Independent voices provide timely updates, analysis, and breakdowns of plays, trades, and strategies that give fans a real understanding of the team's direction. They celebrate successes without ignoring mistakes. They contextualize challenges without exaggerating them, and they prioritize the fan experience. Meanwhile, certain so-called experts are content to take shots at the team, create friction in the fan base, and cultivate a culture of negativity, all while presenting themselves as authorities. The difference is clear, and the choice for fans is clear. Engagement with meaningful content versus passive consumption of chaos. And here's where it gets personal for the community. Cowboys fans have been conditioned to expect frustration at every turn. National coverage has set a bar where excitement is met with caution, optimism is met with cynicism, and every positive development is questioned. But we know better. We understand the nuances of the game, the complexity of player development, and the strategy behind front office decisions. By supporting voices that reflect that understanding, we reclaim the narrative. We elevate the conversation from reactionary outrage to informed discussion, creating a fan culture that's knowledgeable, engaged, and passionate for the right reasons. This is also about legacy. The Cowboys are more than just a football team. They're a brand, a culture, and a symbol of excellence for millions of fans. And how the team is represented in the media matters. When every story is twisted into negativity, it tarnishes that legacy. When voices focus on sensationalism over substance, it distracts from the achievements, the history, and the progress being made. But when fans prioritize informed, thoughtful coverage, we reinforce the value of accuracy, celebration, and respect for the game. It's a shift that strengthens both the team and the community around it. At the end of the day, Cowboys Nation has the power to shape the conversation. By engaging with content that delivers analysis, celebrates positive moments, and respects the fan experience, we set a new standard for what coverage should look like. We can rise above manufactured drama, reject narratives that thrive on anger, and build a community that is energized, informed, and proud of the team we support. The Cowboys deserve it, the players deserve it, and we as fans deserve it. Every move, every play, and every victory deserves context, understanding, and genuine appreciation, not misrepresentation and negativity disguised as reporting. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. In what could be one of the most shocking moves of the NFL offseason, rumors are swirling that the Dallas Cowboys are setting their sights on none other than Alvin Kamara. The explosive running back, known for his versatility and game-changing playmaking, could be headed to Dallas to dominate the backfield like never before, according to sources close to the situation. While nothing has been officially confirmed, Whispers from league insiders suggest that the Cowboys front office is exploring every avenue to bring Kamara into their fold. And if true, this would represent a seismic shift in the NFC landscape. Kamara, a player who has consistently redefined the running back role with his rare combination of speed, vision, and receiving skills, would instantly give Dallas a dynamic offensive weapon they have been craving. The Cowboys' backfield has shown flashes of brilliance in recent seasons, but has lacked a true alpha presence capable of taking over games in multiple ways. Adding Kamara would not only provide a legitimate feature back, but also open the door to creative offensive schemes designed to exploit his unique skill set. Imagine him weaving through defenders, catching passes out of the backfield, and keeping defensive coordinators guessing on every snap. Dallas could quickly become the team everyone fears to face. Sources close to the NFL gossip mill hint that this move could also send ripple effects across the league. Teams in the NFC East, already on high alert, would suddenly have to rethink their defensive game plans, particularly in the red zone, where Kamara's agility and touchdown scoring ability could become a nightmare matchup. While contracts and negotiations remain a mystery, the mere possibility of Kamara donning the Cowboys has fans buzzing with anticipation and speculation. Social media has erupted with excited and sometimes incredulous reactions, fueling the rumor mill even further. Whether this deal ever materializes or remains the stuff of off-season fantasy, one thing is clear. The Cowboys are willing to dream big. Bringing in a player of Kamara's caliber could redefine the team's identity and instantly elevate their offense to a level few teams could match. For now, fans are left on the edge of their seats, eagerly watching every report, every hint, and every cryptic comment from the Cowboys brass. One thing is certain, the idea of Alvin Kamara in Dallas is a tantalizing prospect, and it has the NFL world talking like never before. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.